Damn, this confirms it. Fit chicks on Instagram are the only ones who are genuine nowadays on the internet. Jesus Christ. Alright, first and foremost, don't get it twisted. I am trying to cash out on that YouTube drama money. Just keeping it 100,000. That said, I really wanted to make this video for a couple of different reasons too. You should go watch Train to Look Good's video first. But if you don't want to watch the entire Harry Potter series, it's a 28-minute video. I'm gonna basically summarize what he said, look at what Jerry Ward and Kali Muscle said, and then give my own thoughts and opinions. Because my thoughts matter, and mine are more important than... Thanks. Now keep in mind, Brad hasn't responded to any of this yet, so we don't know his side of the story. I have a feeling that maybe his side sounds a little bit different, just a hunch. Also keep in mind, this is coming from someone who's been the biggest Bradley Martyn fan for like 2 years now. I've been practically sucking his tip for the last year. Train to Look Good made a video telling his story about the experience he had with Bradley Martyn and why he's more or less the very same as everyone else in the fitness industry trying to make a quick buck, and why he's a hypocrite and how he's ripped off more than one person. To start off the video, he talks about a time in April 2016 when himself and Cali Aesthetics flew out to Brad's place to film a collab video. The video wasn't porn, so it wouldn't have been good anyways, but the video being Brad's idea.
I've been getting so many questions, what happened with you and Bradley Martyn, what happened? He's like, hey, we should do a video. We end up flying out there in April, thinking we're gonna do a YouTube video and everything. And, we're trying to do this video. And he keeps blowing it off because the whole reason of us coming out there was to do a YouTube video. And he keeps putting it off saying, oh, this isn't the right time, I don't know. And then he does me dirty like that. Like, oh, can't do the collaboration. So I am spending like $1,500 on absolutely nothing.
These people probably already watch your YouTube, like your pictures on Instagram, draw traffic somewhere to your site where you probably sell some shit already. And if you want to sell a signed thing on the internet and someone wants to go and buy it, whatever. But if someone's coming and they're spending their time and they're dedicating themselves, like maybe they spent a plane ticket, maybe they spent $800 to come here.
So I am spending like $1,500 on absolutely nothing.
Because you said you were gonna be here. There's so many things that go on in other people's lives, and I think most people, they just don't even think about all that. They just go, I'm me, I'm important.
That's a bit hypocritical, Brad, isn't it? He goes on to say that Brad treated them like shit as guests, which in my opinion it's pretty indicative of how you are as a person. When people come over to my house, well, I mean, people don't come over to my house. I don't have friends. But if someone were to come over to my house, man, you get hooked up. Please come over. And when the day actually came to film the video, he told them to meet him at a restaurant, then they'd go to the gym. And when they were waiting at the restaurant for about 30 minutes or so, Brad said he was already at the gym. And then practically disappeared for 8 hours when they needed their stuff from Brad's house.
First, we stop at the Firehouse restaurant, and we're like, hey, are you guys gonna be here or whatnot? And he's like, yeah, we'll be there in a little bit. So we're waiting and waiting for like 30 minutes, and then I call Bradley, and I'm like, hey, are you guys coming or what? He's like, oh, no, bro, we're at Gold's already. I'm like, are you serious? We gotta get back into the house or whatever, and get our stuff, because all of our stuff is in Bradley's house, and he's not picking up the phone. 8 hours pass by. 8 hours. And he texts me and he says, hey, are you guys good, bro?
Do right, do your best. Treat others as you want to be treated. You would really like to be treated like that? Something tells me you wouldn't actually like to be treated like that. Like every other person on the planet. Man, that's such a grimy thing to do, Like have two people fly out to your house, which he said costed him $1,500, which that's a lot of chicken and rice. They get there to do what you promised, and then you blow them off? Who does that? For the kind of internet persona that Brad's built up, you wouldn't expect something like this. I kind of wish he built up this persona instead. You got your front double bicep, your side chest, your rear glute spread. But after that, he talks about the Adobe Gaines shirts that Brad was selling. And the gist of this segment was Brad was inadvertently tearing down shreds. He wasn't really talking about them themselves, but he was making it obvious that that's who he was talking about. And he was talking about them really bad because they were doing some shady shit. Everybody remembers.
So why is there this army? Why is there this group of people who hate you? Why? Because they're haters? Because you have shoes and cars? And no, motherfuckers, because you're fucking people over to get those. So I'm sorry, guys, but I just cannot sit back, continue to see people get fucked over. And if I don't speak up, who the fuck's gonna speak up? Someone who's gonna get their voice squandered, or someone who's too afraid to speak up?
You know, then Brad, who is, you know, just so against shreds, hates drama, comes out with an Adobe Gain shirt. So he more or less just, you know, he sat back, let everyone else do the work, then he swooped in with himself and tried to make a profit out of the situation, which he was just so against. Don't get it twisted, he did make a profit too. Jerry Ward talks about it in this video.
Your Adobe's Gain shirt, not only did you make money off of the Adobe's Gain shirt, but you went on to brag to people about how much money you made from it. You're bragging like you're like, yeah, someone's life is fucked and I made $1 million. You said you made $1 million, $1 million off of one t-shirt design. That's what you told people.
Of course, as you've seen, Brad said he made $1 million off this shirt design, which I mean is an okay day's profit. Obviously, no one knows but him, but like Jerry said, $1 million might be reaching, though it's really not unreasonable to think he probably made 6 figures off of that shirt. So basically what he's saying is, you know, like I said, he sat back, tried to stay out of the drama, but then when he seen an opportunity to get a profit, he went right in there and didn't do so much as acknowledge the people who made the situation popular. You know, this wouldn't be an issue if Brad was a businessman. That's a smart business move. But Brad's thing is, he's this genuine, honest knight in shining armor that sticks out from the entire rest of the fitness industry. He goes on day and night about how money isn't this and money isn't that.
I learned early on that it didn't mean having all the money, whatever it was. And I learned that I just enjoyed seeing that person shine, seeing that person succeed more than I liked making money. I found out very soon that I hated the fact that all these people, all they thought about was like, yo, what's up with the money? So many people come up and ask about the money. If you make things just about money, you're gonna fail. So you're always gonna be dealing with people. And if you make your job just about the dollar sign, sooner or later, people will see that. What the fuck is really going on?
And then later on, Cassidy also mentioned in this video, Brad was asking BPI for $35,000. God damn! What are you offering for 35 stacks? One Instagram post. No, I didn't misspeak. One Instagram post. He wanted 35 stacks for.
Same thing, he came to BPI and he's like, yeah, can I get $35,000 for one post on Instagram? And they laughed in his face.
In the YouTube translation, $35,000 is about 18.5 million views, give or take, depending on the person. But he's saying that that post is gonna get 18 plus million views? Really? No, Brad, that's not gonna happen. And then in this screenshot from Cassidy's video, someone told him that they didn't know who Brad even was, and they wouldn't give him so much as $1,000 for a post, let alone 35 of them bitches. Now maybe you're thinking, how does that make him all about money? What else has he done? He's lied about getting paid $14,000 a day for standing at Gymshark's booth, when in reality it was only $1,500.
He has worked with. Okay, obviously Gymshark. You know, Bradley stood at the Gymshark booth at some expos and stuff like that. And he told me that he made $14,000 a day to stand at the Gymshark booth. Which I come to find out from a very, very reliable source that he only made $1,500 a day at the Gymshark booth, which calculates nothing near $14,000 a day.
And Cassidy said this in the video too. He said, if it's not all about money, why would you just stand there and just lie, say you're getting paid 9 times more than you actually got paid? Does it make that penis feel bigger, Brad? Does it? He shows a screenshot of someone saying Brad had a partner in his meal prep company, his supplement company, and something else, and this man fronted him the money for it in exchange for 30% of the profits, and Brad stiffed him like a hard dick. Almost like Brad took him out to a nice date, and when they got home, Brad wasn't satisfied with the date. So the guy got stiffed. And then the next big part he brings up is that Brad constantly bitched about Christian Guzman for clickbaiting and whatnot.
Now, the fact that Bradley would constantly complain about Christian making clickbait videos, and actually, one time he called Christian up and he told him to remove his thumbnail for his YouTube video. It was a thumbnail with him and Bradley in it, but I guess Bradley wasn't actually in the video.
If you take a look at these videos, take a guess if they're clickbait or not. They are. Now also on this topic, in this video, picking up girls at the gym. He just so randomly happened to walk up to a girl who's in the fitness industry with 300,000 plus followers. What are the odds, man? What crazy odds. This is the part of the story that really convinces me, though. Calum Von Moger, which if you know Brad, you know Calum. They were former business partners on Origin Supplements. I'm sure you know that supplement line too. Bradley owns it now. Calum commented this, and yes, this is the real account. He has over 300k subs on it. It reads this: wow, damn, he really did put himself against everyone, and he wants everyone to be on his side, putting ideas in heads that he is real and honest when really he is like the Sith Lord turning good people to his dark side. I was once mates with Brad, but that friendship only lasted 6 months. He tried to fuck around with my girlfriend when I was overseas and lied to me about it when I got back. Then tried to fuck me over with a new company I started. The shit part was that the whole time he pretended to be my bro, saying shit like he would look out for me, want what's best for me, etc. And I believed him. But after what he did, he left me no choice but to walk away from the company and scrap the friendship. I will never trust him again. I hope this doesn't happen to anyone else, and whoever reads this can make their own individual decision about people's ethics and not get sucked into the bullshit that is fed to them. God damn! This is insane. Like I said, coming from a Bradley Martyn fan, now he just seems like a grimy, shady, do anything, say anything for money kind of fitness guy. Bradley does this thing where he talks down on the industry for being fake and only caring about money and companies only wanting your money. And he criticizes people for this, says it's wrong, it should be about the people. But then he turns around and does the same exact thing. Now, Bradley Martyn, he's good at captivating people, he's good at getting people on his side. He talks with passion, he talks confidently, and he talks concisely. That attracts people. Don't get it twisted. I don't enjoy sitting here trying to cook the guy. I've been a fan of his for the longest time. Like I said, it's like watching your favorite wrestler turn heel. But with the evidence that's presented, Brad seems like his heart isn't where he says it is, and maybe he has an ulterior motive. Believe me, I get it. Promote, sell your business, sell your product, all you need to. There's a ton of opportunity nowadays. But when you start to lie to people and you start to deceive people and you're just a completely different person, then it's kind of crossing the line. Bradley can come out with a video tomorrow, debunk all of this, and I'll look like a big dummy. But I don't think that's going to happen. In a sense, I almost want this to be inaccurate, even though I think it's not. Because the character of Bradley Martyn would be such a cool real life person. If that's how a person really was, and if that's how this guy really is, that's so cool, right? That's something to aspire to be. That's a role model. But I guess sometimes things can be not what they seem to be. If you enjoyed this, or if this was informative to you at all, go ahead and leave me one of them likes. And subscribe, because I desperately want you to.